Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the round of 16. If Fnatic can win this, then they will be going on to Prague at the road to BlizzCon. We can see the drafts here, but we're going to disappear from that so that I can introduce the teams. Don't have really time to talk about it because it went by too quickly, and I apologise that Equilibrium's name has covered the entire screen, but there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, on the left-hand side in the red trunks, it is going to be Team Fnatic. And playing the Muradin, it is Breeze. Playing Valor, it's going to be Wubby. Anubrak being played by Lol. Jaina being played by Kessel, and Malfurion being played by Maina. Whereas on the right-hand side, it is the red team, sorry, these colours are reversed, of Equilibrium in jail. And I apologise that their name stretches too far because I didn't have time to edit it because, like I said, I was in a rush. So we have Johanna, played by Zen, Nazebo, played by Avena, Leoric, played by Rask, Uther, played by Shouty, and Raider, played by Talof. So we can already see the three-man group up in the top lane by Equilibrium, but Breeze and Kessel already prepared for the gank, and they're going on to Avenir. The original Lubrak stun misses out, but every follow-up lands, and they're able to take down Avenir. However, Kessel taking a lot of damage here. He goes down as well. Great zombie wall from Nazebo. They're able to get that counter kill, so that is a 1-for-1 trade to start this off with. Let's bring up this wonderful score, but this wonderful talent board, so we can see the talents. We do in fact have the seasoned marksman coming in from the Reina, so he's just going to be sitting up in this top lane, stacking up as much as possible. This isn't the lane you can stack off. This isn't the map you can stack off multiple lanes much, so it is going to be quite interesting to see this coming out from the Reina here. Other than that, we have pretty standard talents: Death Ritual, Reanimation, Conjurer's Pursuit as opposed to Reach, or Block, as we've seen a couple people take. Kessel, once again, getting focused down. He appears to be the target from most of these. Shouty, thinking about following up with a secondary stun, but the Muradin Slam able to intervene with that Thunderclap, denying any kind of initial engage. Zen, looking to try and zone here. Taluf and Avenir all down here. No one currently taking the top temple. Anubrak could absolutely go up and do that, but he's staying for the XP first and is now going to make his way in. Breeze attempting to move in. They managed to lock down Johanna. There's the Iron Skin and the heal from Shouty, though. Able to deny that from being taken at all, but that does allow Fnatic to move into this temple and start grabbing the remainder of the shots. Reyna moved up to the top lane to start grabbing XP from this. And it looks like the rest of them are going to move up. Avenir, once again, is the one being focused down, caught in his own zombie wall there. Breeze doing a lot of damage, chasing him very persistently. There's the Dwarf Toss to get behind him and finishes him off with that Thunderclap. And we're going to see Fnatic now grab the rest of the shots from that middle lane temple. Breeze taking a little bit of damage. Anubrak being contested up at this top temple. Has to back up, but Taluf needs to be careful. He is going to now move in and start taking this, but Breeze is here. They land a stun. Lol. Not going in for the kill here. Kessel has arrived. There's the Blizzard to try and stop Taluf escaping there. And he did take a wave of that Blizzard to the face. Malfurion is not here with them. Everyone from Fnatic is very low and they're completely outnumbered here. Nice Dwarf Toss from Breeze, stopping him from getting pulled in by the Condemn. Lol. Oh, the Burrow Charge gets him out just. Final couple shots. Did go over to Equilibrium in jail, I believe. I may have missed that though. But it looked really good for there. Very even fight so far, but Fnatic have managed to come out ahead in XP with the help of Maina soaking this mid lane and the bot lane being soaked by Valor. Reyna dying in the top lane from, once again, that Kessel and Breeze roaming squad. Really effective by them. And Wubby just clearing the waves in the bot lane. He's against Rask. He shouldn't have too much trouble. He is ranged as long as he can get out the way of that Drain Hope. He shouldn't have too much trouble, especially now that he has that Manticore talent. So he can actually drop a lot of harassment and dual Rask, because the only ranged ability Rask has is that Drain Hope. So as long as Wubby can dodge out the way of that Skeletal Swing and evade that Drain Hope, he can also get a lot of health back, as he did take the Siphoning Arrow. He now has Hot Pursuit as well as his level 7 talent, which is very interesting. Going to give him that extra movement speed. The extra, how much actually is it? You don't see it very often. 20% extra movement speed when he has maximum stack. So that's going to allow him to micro very effectively in these fights. We'll have to see how that works out for him. Lol and Zen dueling each other currently over this watchtower. Lol is able to pick that up though. We have the Piercing Bolt on the side of Breeze here, getting out that hybrid build here, Thunderburn and Reverberation, so we can slow down the auto attacks of Reyna, and the Piercing Bolt for that extra stun. that you get. A pretty standard build. The only real variance you see when you're going for this kind of Thunderclap build is you sometimes see a battle momentum coming in from the Muradin, as we do see on the side of Johanna going with that battle momentum here. Other level 7s, we can see Reyna once again going with that Revolution Overdrive, giving himself that extra movement speed. Wobby taking a lot of damage, unable to get out of range of that Drain Hope, instead just dropping his Hungering Arrow, getting a bit of that health back, as there are now 4 people in the spot lane and the temple is available. We can see 4 members of Fnatic are now available as well. The 5th member of Equilibrium just arrived as well. Breeze tries to land his stun, but the Iron Skin does block it. Wobby taking a huge amount of damage, but that Hungering Arrow and the heal from Mena just saves him there. But Fnatic now going to have a huge amount of trouble contesting this temple here. Breeze finds Shouty, able to get out the way of it though, and once again, like I said, they're going to have a huge amount of trouble. However, Nubrak is soaking that mid lane and is now making his way down to bot. They're going to see if they can catch someone and maybe grab the final few shots there with Lol here. Vala's on her way as well, so they're going to try and move in likely here. Reyna with the knockback. Root from Malfurion does not land. Nice condemn coming in from Johanna, and once again Breeze has to leave to freedom. Wobby dropping a lot of damage though, dueling with Tauluf, and the last few temple shots are getting quite close. Lol moving in to at least neutralize it. Breeze joining him. They're trying to focus down Rask here before he's able to Wraith Walk out. The Blizzard though, almost finishing him off. He has that Wraith Walk straight away, so he's at least out of range of the Blizzard. And the final few temple shots are still in contention here with Johanna keeping that temple neutralized. In comes Avenir with the zombie wall to try and zone out Mena and Wobby. They're trying again as Johanna moving on to Breeze here. That Blizzard zoning out Shouty and Tola for the moment. Rask coming in from behind. Everyone for Fnatic so low. Lol burrow charging out. Breeze will have Dwarf Toss in a second to try and escape as well. He does jump. Zen looking for the condemn and tries to pull in, but the last few shots go over to Equilibrium in jail, who are looking very, very strong at the moment. A couple of players who I've not really heard of that much, looking really good, taking most of these temple shots, but once again, Fnatic comes out ahead in experience, and we are seeing the Locust Swarm coming out from the Anubrak here. Lol just getting that fight potential here. He also has Bed of Barbs, Extended Spikes, and Underking going for a full Battle Bug build. Just getting all that crowd control potential down so that Vala can just get all the damage she does want. And getting that heal from his Malfurion there. Oh, sorry, from the Fountain Days. Trying to catch out Johanna here. Johanna taking a lot of damage. Zen is fine though, not going to take too much trouble. Level 10s available are for both teams now. Hyperion once again from the Raider. Kessel having to back up as the slow did come in from Tauluf. March of the Black King. Gargantuan again, seeing that Gargantuan, not really seeing the Raven of Spirit as much as we're seeing at some of the other tournaments around at the moment. Nice Blizzard will prevent any kind of chase from Equilibrium here. And Fnatic struggling a little bit here, but they are still ahead in XP. They're managing to keep control. They have lost their bottom fort though, Wobby. Lot of counter damage onto Rask there. Very, very nice. Able to just completely outtrade him. And as such, Fnatic will be grabbing their own Bruiser, their own Siege Giant camp here. And that will give them some nice pressure in that bot lane for Wobby, so he can continue to pressure onto Rask. Whereas that Watchtower taken by Equilibrium here, and Lol shielding himself, keeping himself protected, is going to be completely fine. Kessel moving up to help him clear the lane as well with the help of that Blizzard. Kessel going with the Arcane Intellect build, so he's not going to run out of mana anytime soon. The cleanse was taken by Malfurion, and a pretty good choice at this point due to the stun potential on the side of Equilibrium. We're seeing the Yorick get the hell out of there. Top and bottom lane is the name of the game in terms of the temples here, with 1 second remaining. Shouty already sitting on that top temple. Fnatic instead choosing to go down to the bot lane. They're going to find Rask again. Can Malfurion land that route? No, the stun lands, but he's already used Wraith Walk, so we're not going to see Rask get locked down. Breeze will start taking this temple, and because it starts shooting bot lane first, Wobby, Kessel, and Mena are just starting to put pressure on that bot lane. However, Lol is on his own up here, and they're going to lose their top lane fort. He cannot defend against all this pressure. Shouty taking the temple here, while the rest of the team was able to push, doing exactly what Fnatic are doing in this bot lane. Bottom temple goes down. So currently it is 2 temples to 1 in favour of Equilibrium in jail, but they're still that tiny level behind, and in this case a talent behind. But Fnatic are not going to be able to make the most of this, as there we go, level 13 does hit for Equilibrium here. Breeze will get the final shots from this temple before anyone's able to come in and contest him here. Let's have a look at some of the level 13s. We have the Dead Rush coming in from Nazebo. That's a very strange talent, do not see that very often, but it's going to give them a bit of extra body, a couple extra bodies in the fight here. We have the Thunder Strike coming in from the Muradin, giving that extra damage when he is chasing down people. Giant Killer on the Valor. Very good choice when you're against that Leoric and Johanna. Can get a lot of damage off unless they start taking those imposing presences, which they may have to do here. Lol coming in from behind, gets the knock up onto Ras. There's the Blizzard to try and do the damage. Drain Hope though, forcing Kessel to back up a bit. Lol comes in again, ins Breeze, but the Wraithwalk once again able to get Rask at least out of there initially. They're trying to chase him down. There's the March of the Black King, but it's not enough. Rask goes down, marching through the zombie wall of Avadir there. And once you've activated that, you cannot stop. He gets taken down. Reyna taking Relentless Leader, reducing some CC and knocking enemies away when he gets engaged with one. A nice little counter there to a Nubarak in case Nubarak decides to engage on him via that Burrow Charge, can push him away and allow Reyna a good chance to escape, which is pretty cool. We're seeing Ras is now back from his Ghost Form, does get spotted by Malfurion, and as such the Siege Camp is taken by Fnatic. They're able to grab that and get out pretty much scot-free. Zen was busy in the top lane dealing with that Bruiser Camp, which is now finished off, and Fnatic are now responding in kind, heading up to the top lane to take down the Bruiser Camp of Equilibrium. Doing a very good job at the moment. Double Ice Block on the side of Fnatic as well. They are level 15, very soon will be hitting 16 once they finish up clearing these waves. Valor continuing to hold the mid lane for the moment as Zen just killing the wall, denying vision at the moment. The Hyperion has been used by Reyna to help clear this boss, and they're going to be able to do this here. Fnatic not responding at all to this. They may not even know it's happening. Instead, they're just going to take this top fort for free, and that will even up the fort count, at least for now. Actually, no, they're now ahead in the fort count. Bot fort died when I wasn't paying attention. Fnatic able to back away from this, however, there is now a boss in the bot lane. Wubby, the only one down here, will attempt to deal with this himself. And we're going to see the rest of Fnatic all backing up to prepare to defend this. Ras coming down to help push with it, but he's going to run into an entire squad of Fnatics and needs to play very cautiously here. Breeze just going to deal with this minion wave while the rest of his team deals with the boss. Careful now, Lol still gets stunned up, but a shield protects him from the majority of the damage. Down goes the boss here, but with 2 temples active, Fnatic are in a bit of trouble here. They need to push out because they were way away from the temples. They're going to head down to the bot lane to join up with Breeze, and they will grab more shots from this bottom lane. But that means the mid temple is going fairly uncontested here, and we're seeing once again Equilibrium putting on the pressure in this mid lane. They know that Fnatic has a lot of members in the bot lane, and they know this is where they're temple shooting, so they're going to put pressure on. Fnatic, though, finally looking to punish Equilibrium. They think Equilibrium have overextended, and they might be right, but Equilibrium backing up just as Fnatic get there, able to avoid taking that risky fight. And this is great for Equilibrium. They've been behind in XP basically the entire game, but they've been ever so slightly ahead in terms of buildings and stuff. Final shots of this temple will go over to Fnatic, but they're chasing onto Breeze. There's the Blessed Shield, trying to pick him off, and they do. And Equilibrium looking great right now. They're looking for their opportunity to maybe pick off more, but Fnatic immediately retreating out. Lol gonna grab this watchtower, whereas the rest of Fnatic moving up to the top lane. Level 16 is available for both teams. We have the Stone Form coming in from the Muradin, that extra bit of tankiness. Blood for Blood on Valor, once again, survivability when you're against those double tank compositions. Imposing presence from the Nubarak, a good choice when you're running up against that Reyna there. We already have the Reverberation from the Muradin to deal with the same job. The Hyperion coming out, zoning out Fnatic quite a bit here. They are here as four, because their Muradin is down. Lol having to Burrow Charge to get out again, and they're going to lose the first keep of the game. They're trying to punish this, but they're really struggling with this. They can't seem to catch anyone out. With the Nubarak now here and Muradin now here, they're able to push in, but that's a lot of damage. March of the Black King is brilliant, but down goes Johanna first. Maida able to live thanks to his Ice Block. Really nice play there. They're now chasing on to Ras. There's the Wraithwalk trying to get out, but he's caught in his own team's Zombie Wall. He goes down. The Zombie Wall will prevent the chase for a little bit though, but Wubby is coming in from above. He's going to find Avadir, and with Hot Pursuit he'll be able to chase him. Uther has gone down, and Avadir is Wubby only on 0 stacks of hatred though. He needs to build them up before he can chase, but he does have the extra bonus movement speed from his passive to begin with. Nice Zombie Wall, but it's not enough. Down goes the Witch Doctor, and 1 overextend is all it takes. We're seeing Fnatic with 4 members, with all 5 members alive, 4 members down. Now 3 members as Leoric just came back to life for Equilibrium, and they're going to counter lose their keep here. And this was catastrophic for them when they were looking so good taking that keep in the bot lane, but they stayed that little bit too long. Once again, Leoric having to back up. Breeze taking a lot of damage though. from that Raider, as he did take that bullseye, getting that little stun in from his level 16. They are looking very good. Leoric did take the consumed vitality for that extra health regen. Benediction from the Uther, Leaping Spiders from the Nazeebo, and Fanaticism, that extra movement speed coming in from Johanna. Now we're going to see a fight over that top temple. Johanna does get stunned up, but has her Iron Skin available, but pops it when there's really no CC going down onto her, so now she doesn't have it for this when LOL comes in, but with her entire team here, it's not going to happen. Mena has now arrived to help his team, though, dropping his heals. In comes the Hyperion. They need to be so careful with this. Condemn was good from Zen here, and we're seeing LOL backing away from this. He doesn't want to get caught. A lot of damage going onto the Leoric. He just gets out on very low health. Water Elemental does get the slow onto Avenir, though they get the slow onto Uber, find him. Divine Shield will protect him from a little bit, but LOL is getting the rest. Nice strafe from Wubby here, doing a lot of damage to Taolof. Down goes Uther, and everyone else surrounded. LOL burrow charging his way to freedom. Down goes Avenir, and it is just 2 members alive. Fnatic turning this on its head so quickly when they were really struggling in their team fights, but one overextend from the side of Equilibrium in jail, and they immediately lose any advantage they might have had. And now Fnatic moving into this bot lane. It looks like they may try and just end the game here. They have everyone here. Nice knockback from Taolof here, able to delay them at least a little bit, but he's on his own here. Leoric is coming back. He realizes that his core is in danger. It's 2 versus 5. LOL comes in as well. LOL is quite low, but he has his spell shield available to try and block out. Sorry, he has Hardened Shield available to try and block some of the damage. Raider's trying to do all he can. Rust trying to take down LOL, but it's not enough. And Fnatic take game number 1. Very, very well played there. Commiserations to Equilibrium, but it is only a 1-0 lead, and Equilibrium, if they play as well as they did in this first game, they do have a very good chance, but they cannot afford any mistakes like in that last game. We'll be right back with game number 2. Alright guys, time for game number 2. This could be the last game of the day, and then I'm going to go watch MSI. I was just watching, and from what I was watching from MVP versus Liquid were doing a fantastic job, so I'll tune into that once I'm done with this game. But for now, we are into the second game of our round of 16 between Fnatic and Equilibrium. We can see the draft here. Fnatic did pick up a Kalazim and a Raider on their side, so this is going to be fun. Let's have a look at the teams. Ladies and gentlemen, on the left-hand side, currently 1-0 up in this series, it is going to be Fnatic. And playing the Johanna, it is Breeze. Playing the Reyna is Wubby. Anubrak being played by LOL, Karazim being played by Mena, and Jaina being played by Kessel. Whereas on the right hand side, it is the red team of Equilibrium in jail. I've managed to fit their name in the box, and it's going to be Arthas, played by Zen, Muradin, played by Rask, Rhaegar, played by Shouty, Illidan, played by Taolof, and Zagara, played by Avenir, and the initial mid lane Watchtower immediately going over to Fnatic. We can see Anubrak is in the bot lane versus Avenir. LOL versus Avenir there on the Zagara. So we're going to have a bit of a bug battle in that bottom lane. So that shouldn't be too hard. LOL is Anubrak's one of the few heroes who can actually outpush that Zagara. Thanks to that Beetle, but you really need that Legion of Beetle's talent on level 4. Three men in the mid lane. Mena just chilling here with the Goku skin. Absolutely love it. So he's just going to go defensively on this as much as he can. And the 3-man roam coming down from the top lane. They cleared the minion wave and are now just going to start working on that chest from Fnatic. But Illidan came down to the bot lane. Nice knock up from LOL there to prevent Taolof from jumping onto him. And as such, the bottom coins do go over to Equilibrium, but LOL stays alive, can tap the fountain and continue to play in this lane and keep getting his team some lovely, lovely XP. Having a look at some of the talents, we can see Seasoned Marksman coming in from the Raider, who is in the top lane. So as you can see, they're just going to run between top and mid lane to soak as many stacks as possible. However, mid lane's already did. But they should get there first. They should, in fact, clear mid lane first, as it does get there a bit quicker than top lane, as top lane is the longer distance to run. And that is exactly what they're doing with Breeze, helping get the stacks and the Blizzard. Really nice here. It's similar to what Asmodan, only you don't actually have to land the ability. You just have to be next to it when it dies. And they're just swapping around. They're swapping Mena for it. In fact, they're going to leave Jada here for now, as they've already killed all the minions here. They just need to get these ones in the top lane. We also have the Transcendence from Mena, that pretty standard talent which changes his trait to that healing on every third auto attack. Little trap set up here by Fnatic, but Breeze doesn't find anyone. Zen, finger moving out here, but this does zone out and give Fnatic the chance to try and take control of these little pirates here and grab the coins. Breeze does pick him up. Rask misses his stun here and has the dwarf toss away. In the meantime, Zagara is very heavily pushing up this bot lane. Lol having a lot of trouble here. He's only just at his level 4, so hasn't had that Legion of Beetles to counter push, and as such has just been having a huge amount of harassment. Doesn't even take Legion of Beetles, takes that Locust Needles, so he can get that cleave attack, basically that splash damage, so that he can clear the lanes a bit quicker and counter push that way. But it means he is in melee range a lot more, and needs to be very careful because he's going to take a lot of harassment from Zagara because of that. Pops his shield for protection right now, but it's already a Hydralisk on him. Rask taking a little bit of harassment, needs to be very careful, manages to get some counter harass onto Kessel here, but going to dwarf us away, may have been a bit unnecessary. In the meantime, Tauluf was able to grab these Bruiser camps for that top lane push. Wubby continuing to stack up, already on 10 stacks, which is beautiful, that 10 extra bonus attack damage on his auto attacks. And they are up against a Reverberation Muradin here, so they need to be quite careful. Zen making his way down to that turning point. He may find Breeze. Breeze cancelling his turn-in to see if he can set a trap here. He probably could have got the turn-in, but instead waiting around. There's no damage on this middle point. I like it. He was trying to sneak around, but Zen spots him, so he's not getting the turn-in. Instead, they turn around and try to kill Zen. Breeze does get rooted here. Rask and Shouty and Avenir all coming in here to try and prevent this from going over. And Illidan also taking that Sea Giant camp. So that means Illidan now has enough for the full turn-in. And neither mid lane towers have enough damage for the fort to go down, but Illidan's still going to get rid of his coins anyway. In the meantime, Reyna continues to stack 14 stacks already. This is going to be an incredibly deadly Illidan in the late game. Illidan make his way down to the bot lane. He's been jungling basically all game. He wants to try and take this Bruiser camp, or at least put some pressure on that they have these Siege Giants. Whereas Fnatic were looking for an opportunity to kill someone in the mid lane, but they find no one. While Mena continues to push up here. We can have a look at the talents here. We have the Fight or Flight coming in from Reyna. This is very similar to the build that we were seeing in the MSI, and one of the many builds that people are running on the Reyna at the moment, as it gives you a lot of damage on a map that you can stack in, and that extra protection. Zagara goes down to the gank in the bot lane. Arthas being forced to back up. We have the Urticated Spines once again from the Anubarak. That extra splash damage once again. Lol, incredibly aggressive in his build style. Echo of Heaven from the Karazim gives him that extra heal capability. He's already going to be pretty high on the healing numbers, as we can have a look here. We can see that he's only on 2,000 because he hasn't been with his team that much, but that will change quite quickly. He just dodges out the stun. And there is the turn-in finally. Once again, no damage on the towers, so the fort will not go down here, but they're still able to start picking up mercenaries off Fnatic, and they're in fact trying to take this Bruiser camp, but Lol is outnumbered here and will once again back up. Illidan going to try and pick up where he left off, seeing as Lol did damage it and it hadn't completely leashed yet. Lol sees it happening, but no one is nearby, so he's not going to be able to interrupt that, and instead we'll just have to clear it with the help of that Siege Giant camp once it is prepared. We have Earth Shield coming in from the Rhaegar here for that extra protection on his Illidan, going for the good old-fashioned Illidan protection build. Rune Tap on the Arthas, of course, Piercing Bolt. The First Aid on Illidan as opposed to the Thirsting Hunger, whatever the ability's called. I cannot remember for some reason. I have had a complete brain fart there, so I'm sorry. Rask trying to pick up any of the coins here. Does get one, and Mena using his Radiant Dash to escape there so he does not get caught out. Wubby, though, taking quite a bit of damage. He does not have Dwarf Toss. He popped his Fight or Flight ability there, which allows it to be activatable, so he did get some health back and is able to turn around quite quickly and do a lot of damage. That was a 5 versus what was originally 3 turned into 4 members of Fnatic there, but they were able to protect themselves and turn it around, while Lol was able to clear up the bruises in the bot lane and to push this lane up quite a bit, which is quite nice for them. We need to pause, probably, as Avenir has DC'd. Are we going to pause? Yep, there it is. So, Avenir did pause, so we're going to hopefully let her back in as quick as possible. Having a look at some of the level 10 talents, we can see the Blessed Shield on the side of that Johanna. Reyna, yet to pick, but it's been pretty much Hyperion the entire time on every Reyna we've seen so far. Cocoon on the Anubarak here for that zoning out of the Rhaegar, preventing that healing from Illidan, or even on the Illidan himself. The Defiant Part on the Karazim, giving him that extra protection. You need to get it last second, or we could see exactly what Fnatic did last game, and someone dodge out the way of it. Water Elemental on the side of Jaina, and it looks like Avenir is back, so we're going to jump back into this game pretty much now. Avenir just defending the bot lane with his Banings for the moment. We're still waiting to see what Reyna picks. They're going on to Illidan. He has to use Metamorphosis to get away. Dwarf Toss from Ras coming out. The Water Elemental trying to chase him, but does not have the vision to do so. Level 10s, as we saw there, available for Equilibrium in jail as well. Metamorphosis already used by Illidan. And what is the button to bring them up on the side? I do not remember, and they've not come up. Was it Control-Shift-T? Control-Alt-T? Control-Shift S? Nope. What on earth is that? I didn't know that was a thing. Control-Alt-S. Nope, that's sound. Okay, I do not remember what it is. Control-T. Nope, I have lost it. Well, we don't have the hero. We don't have the hero things on the side, unfortunately. Sorry about that, guys, because I cannot find it. In the meantime, red team were able to turn in Equilibrium in jail. Very nice there. This doesn't mean we're not going to have the cooldowns up because I've forgotten the hotkey for it. Very sorry, guys. I'll remember it for next time. Both teams starting on their Bruiser account. Fnatic doing it as a group, whereas Illidan still continuously able to do it by himself. We finally have the Reyna's Raiders coming in from the Raider. That extra chase potential and single target focus for that Illidan is still pretty nice. It's not the Hyperion we've been seeing most teams go for, but it's still that little bit of something extra, which is quite nice. LOL zoning out Avenir here. The Maw comes in, but it completely misses. LOL able to dodge out of that very nicely, and they're able to pick off that Zagara, and as such Fnatic will push into this bot lane, and they'll be able to get quite a lot out of this. Down goes both towers. The Siege Giants are dead, but the Raiders are still here. Chasing it onto the Illidan here, forcing him to demount. Illidan dives in and kills them off. Root from Arthas, beautifully dodged there by Fnatic. Maynard just continuing to heal up his team, making sure they're healthy, but LOL is completely out of mana here, so they need to be careful about how deep they are willing to go. And they're looking for the opportunity. There's the route onto Raider. Need to be careful here. Raider knocks back Zen here, and they're turning onto Toluf, trying to finish him off, but he is under keep here, and they're not able to do much without a minion wave, so they're going to have to back up from this. Level 13 is available for Fnatic. There's the route again onto LOL, but Zen doesn't have much follow-up with this. Avenir is now back, so that's their range damage. Maynard with the Radiant Dash, able to get away. Radiant Dash? Able to get away there. I thought I got that wrong. But we can see the level 13 talents available for Fnatic here. Burning Rage on the Johanna and on the Anubarak for that extra damage when they're in the fight. Nice route by Arthas. Once again, they're trying to take down Wubby. Illidan focusing down. Nice knock away by Wubby, though. Pushing away that Illidan, and they take down Zen. Fnatic now pushing onto Shouty and onto Toluf. Toluf already having to back away from this. The Raiders are in, as is the Water Elemental. Water Elemental attacks do splash, so they can get the slow. Raiders will find Avenir, but instead they're not going to risk chasing and running under towers. Instead going to take down this fort, and that is the second fort of the game for Fnatic, as opposed to one fort in favour of Equilibrium in jail. Very well played by Fnatic so far, but level 13s are available for Equilibrium. We have Relentless from the Arthas to try and dodge out some of that massive CC that Anubarak is providing, and it is Johanna Burning Rage on the Muradin, taking a leaf out of Fnatic's Warriors book, and of course he wants that extra damage. We have the Healing Surge, of course, from the Rhaegar, and the Sixth Sense from Illidan, finishing off with a Mutalisk coming in from Zagara. We're going to see the rest of Fnatic right now. They're looking to maybe turn in, or at least LOL is, but LOL only has one coin. It's not going to be enough for a full turn in, but it does get it off him. Down goes Johanna in the top lane. That's a lot of coins given over to Equilibrium in jail here. They now have 17, which is really good for them. Chests have just become available. LOL taking this bottom one. He'll be able to pick that up and give himself another 5 coins, so he can go for another turn. And the rest of his team just picking up some as well. They are soon about to have 13, which is enough for their turn in. In the meantime, we can see Equilibrium in jail starting to creep their way towards the turn. And Towlif could have come down here and turned in with his team already. But now Fnatic has taken their Siege Giant camp and are ready to defend this. Shouty and Zen, well, Zen will get his turn in. Shouty just short. Rue comes in, lands onto Reyna. Johanna is now alive and is on the way. Muradin is not here though. He's taking down the top fort, giving his team that little bit of an XP boost, as they will soon hit their level 15s. But Fnatic about to hit their level 16s here as well. Reyna missing that creep tumor there. And Fnatic will roll in here and steal this Siege Giant camp. Level 16's about to be hit by Fnatic here. They're looking to try and get a kill or two while they have this advantage. There are the level 16s. And we have the bullseye. Once again, that stun from Reyna as opposed to the phase he gets from the knockback. Double imposing presence to counter the Illidan from Johanna and the Anubarak. Circle of Life increasing that healing from the Karazim there, and the Northern exposure once again, and that's a lot of damage already onto Rusk. Forcing him to back up. Root does land, but only really onto Johanna and the Siege Giants, as they do have 4 Giants here, and they're trying to protect them while they do damage to this keep. And if they can get a kill with it, that is what they will try to do. They have the Raiders out. They're looking for their opportunity here. Raiders taking a lot of damage. Root does land. This time, it was able to hit Kessel on the Jaina. Zen taking quite a bit of damage here. Breeze comes in, gets a good condemn off onto Rask though, but they're not able to follow up on it. Zen taking another basically full blizzard to the face. Stun coming in, and finally these Siege Giant camps are falling, but look at how much damage this keep took. And Fnatic not satisfied. They're still looking for their opportunity. Try and pick up a kill. They're absolutely going to pick up this keep. Nice blessed shield, but the ancestral healing keeps Ops alive. They're trying to turn this around onto the Anubarak. Their blessed palms used, but they're avoiding damage. No, the damage from the Mutalist does pop that blessed palm there, keeping him alive. The divine palm there, keeping LOL alive. Scumbag Mutalist there. And now Fnatic looking to turn around. Great route by Arthas though. And that is 0 for 0. That was a great Ancestral keeping Zen alive, and a great Divine Palm keeping Anubarak alive. It was a good reaction by Team Equilibrium in jail to try and avoid that damage, but the Mutalist had already been used on LoL. And that did enough damage to pop that Divine Palm and save his life. Level 16s were available for the side of Equilibrium in jail during that fight. We did have the Stone Skin on the Illidan and on the Arthas for the extra tankiness. The Stone Form on the Muradin for the extra tankiness as well. Tidal Waves for the extra healing on the Rhaegar. Full sustain here. And Metabolic Boost for the Zagara. We see nice route onto low, but he wants to turn it around. His entire team is here. Zen gets pulled down. Raider here for the damage, trying to drop as much of it as he can. He does have that Giant Killer talent, so we can basically focus whoever he wants. So there's no imposing presences here for the side of Equilibrium in jail. All they have is that Reverberation. That requires Muradin to get up close and personal with Reyna here. Excuse me. 26 coins available for Equilibrium in jail here when they decide to go for their own turn-in. And they're picking up more. Fnatic, they want to try and get a turn-in, but instead are just looking for a kill and just going to steal the coins. They try to kill off Taluf there, but he is able to use his Metamorphosis once again, so we won't have it for a fight. But he does use it to get out. And that is fantastic for him. It will keep him alive for the moment. But, like we said, it's not going to be available for that next fight. And that's what Fnatic are doing. They're trying to soak mid and top lane while they set up a nice little gank squad at this turn-in location to make sure that Illidan or whoever else don't get their coins in. Breeze coming in, trying to find another opportunity to pick someone off and steal some coins. Root lands onto Kessel there. There's no follow-up damage here, as their only ranged character, Avadir, has only just arrived. But Fnatic are giving chase here. Water Elemental gets stunned up. And they're looking for their engage, but they decide against it. They didn't even finish picking up this bottom chest. They were going very greedily onto this. But now we see here Equilibrium are a bit split up here. But this is a death wish. This is a very bad choke point for Fnatic here. They could take a lot of damage here. More lands on Anubarak and Jada. They're trying to pick him off here. Breeze is in here, ready for a nice condemn, though. Only really catches Muradin, but Kessel, being dropped very low to the palms, keeps him alive again. He turns around, drops a huge cone of cold. Nice vulnerable, and down goes Illidan straight away. We're seeing Rusk trying to get away from here. He misses his stun. The Banelings land, but it's not enough. And the healing from Maida was incredible in that fight. Healing everyone up. It's a huge AoE, so that choke point that looked so bad for Fnatic there actually worked hugely in their favour, as we saw Maynard there able to heal up his entire team really effectively. Let's have a quick look at his healing now. He's already on 38,000, the Rhaegar on 39,000, so Karazim, if any of you were doubting as he was just released, he is pretty effective as a healer there. 39 to 40,000 here, both of them keeping up in terms of healing. There is that 40,000. That is great for Fnatic. They now have another 14 coins. They only need another 6 for this turn. That's exactly what Breeze has. They will get this as soon as possible. Illidan is now back alive, so we can see Equilibrium in jail start to go on that defense here. The turn-in comes in. The shots already were aimed onto these towers, but none of them will fire here by the looks of it. No, looks like they reset. Lol. Backing away from this, does not want to get called out. He was quite far forward, but his entire team is ready to turn around and protect him. Mayno with 5 coins, Lol with another 3. So they still have 8 prepared. 32 still available I shouldn't have the green box there. 32 still available on the side of Equilibrium in jail. Just incredible map control here by Equilibrium in jail, but they are still losing this. And this is basically the opposite of last game, where Fnatic were a level ahead despite the fact they were losing all their buildings. But this time, they are in great amount of control, but just can't pick up the coins. Instead, picking up their own objective. They're going to grab the boss here and put pressure on that top lane. The only one left with a keep. Muradin able to get his coins in, though. That is a full turn-in and a huge chunk off of their coin count that was potentially available for Equilibrium to lose there. So we're now going to see Fnatic move in to push with this boss. They want to try and get this final keep. Root and stun lands onto Lol there, but he is able to be healed up so quickly thanks to Maida here. And they're looking for their opportunity to try and push in here. Level 20s are available. We have Indestructible on the Johanna. Nexus Frenzy on the Raider here for even more damage. Hardened Shield on the Anubrak. They're looking for the engage here. Storm Shield on Karazim and Bolt of the Storm. In comes the Raiders. Zen taking quite a bit of damage. Down goes the keep. That's the last one on the side of Equilibrium. Zen getting body blocked. The Maw doesn't hit anyone. Nice Ancestral Healing. Keeps Zen alive though. Rask is completely surrounded, taking so much damage, but he is in Avatar form. Keep himself alive. Illidan's dived way too deep though. Once again, using Metamorphosis to escape. More than anything else, needs to not get stunned by the boss here, or he will absolutely die. He's able to avoid that. Nice. Once again, a lovely route by Arthas here. But Fnatic are pushing in here. They want to try and end the game despite everyone being alive. Taluf trying to do damage, but the turnaround is pretty much instant. The call's already on half, and they're gonna do it. Fnatic are dropping low, but the healing from Maida's too much, and that is GG. And Fnatic take the game and will move on to the round of 8 in a 2-0 victory. Very well played by Fnatic. We will see them next week for their round of 8 play. They are yet to qualify for the Road to BlizzCon finals there off in Prague. So we will hopefully be following them probably on a stream to see how well they can do. I personally love to see them there. Big fan, hence why I followed them today. But once again, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'm going to go watch the MSI MGA. I'll see you all next time.